So what is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have direct confirmation, thanks to the drafts that come out every month, that Goku versus Gohan is in fact happening. We know it's happening now. So in this video, I'm just going to go over Herms98's translations of the drafts, talk about some of the cool developments that are happening right now in the Dragon Ball Super manga, and I'm going to give my thoughts at the very end because there is some interesting stuff here. So it starts off with Herms98 saying the rough drafts are out for Dragon Ball Super Chapter 102, Son Goku versus Son Gohan. So, I mean, with the title, it's very, very clear exactly what's going on now at this point. Goku said that he was impressed by Gohan's awesome ki, and ki is what dominates power scaling in Dragon Ball, so that means that Gohan Beast is, if Gohan Beast is strong enough to impress Goku, he's ridiculous. Okay, after everything that Goku has been through at this point, if Goku feeling Gohan's chi gets him excited, that's the author and the story's way of directly telling you just how powerful Gohan actually is. Now, what I love about this is that Gohan immediately agrees to fight Goku. And so he tells Goku, I'm going to go change first. And of course, he changes into the Piccolo gi, the Demon Clan gi, because that's what Gohan Beast is themed around. I've talked about that in previous videos. So Goku asks Goten and Trunks what they're up to, coming over to Gohan's to play, and invites them over to Beerus's 2. Gohan returns in his clothes, the Demon Clan clothes, and everyone gets into Carmine's car, which Goku teleports over to Beerus's planet. So Carmine and number 15 from the Red Ribbon Army are both taken to Beerus's planet, which to me is just completely hilarious. Like, they have no understanding of anything alien at all, and now suddenly they have been completely transported into that world, into that divine realm, you know, this godly realm, this godly world. So they're being, essentially their mind is going to be completely blown, and their perception, the Red Ribbon Army's perception of who Goku is and who all these people are, is going to completely change at this point. Because once they realize that they're dealing with actual deities, that completely changes everything. That changes the Red Ribbon's perception of who Goku is completely, because they do not know exactly who he is. They've always lived under this illusion of who Goku actually is, and this is the opportunity within the story for the Red Ribbon Army, or the leftovers of the Red Ribbon Army, the people who are trying to resurrect it, to learn exactly who Goku actually is, which I find very, very, very interesting. So, as Herms points out here, Carmine and 15 are suitably shocked, and Vegeta is surprised to see Trunks. Goku asks Gohan for a sparring match, and Gohan accepts. Whis convinces Beerus to allow it. It should be interesting. Goku asks what Gohan's technique is. Super Saiyan 2? 3? Nope. Gohan says it's Beast. So that's the official drop. I mean, Trunks and Goten did refer to it as Beast in the last chapter, but that was more like a joke. This is Gohan pretty much giving us the title of the form officially within the story, which is cool. And what's really cool about that is that Piccolo is actually the one that named Gohan Beast, which is appropriate, because Piccolo also, according to this, taught Gohan how to tap into it at will, which means this is essentially the work's confirmation of the idea that Gohan Beast is essentially Piccolo fulfilling his promise all the way back from the original Dragon Ball Z to help Gohan be able to tap into his full potential at will at any point. So this goes all the way back to when Piccolo first promised Gohan that he was going to help him learn to do this. And I've talked about this countless times, but Gohan Beast is a Demon Clan themed form. It is a Piccolo themed form. It is there to reflect the teachings and the effect that Piccolo specifically has had on Goku's personality, which I'm going to talk about a bit more here in a minute. So that makes this just over the top. The way that they're using the events to communicate exactly, you know, what they mean in terms of the narrative of the story from superhero and things like that, the way that they're further clarifying, I think is amazing. I think they're doing a great job. And Herms ends it off by saying, Vegeta asked Trunks if he's been doing anything impressive. Now, this is DBS Hype's summary of the events, and the reason I wanted to bring this up is because of what's said here. He asked Gohan if he can go Beast anytime he wants And Gohan says Piccolo taught him how to do it at will, which again is very, very important. And Goku compliments Piccolo by saying your master is pretty impressive. And then Gohan tells Goku that Piccolo has gotten pretty strong himself, and then Goku responds by saying that he wants to fight Piccolo, which is super freaking cool. I'm glad that they're doing this. I think it's a great opportunity to go ahead and throw the two parties together and have them clash and test all the power scaling and stuff like that. Now, speaking of power scaling, how do I think this fight is going to go? Well, I've talked about it in my previous video reviewing the last chapter, but Dragon Ball has always been themed around evolution and martial arts. So this is a evolution versus martial arts themed fight because Gohan is essentially tapped into his full evolutionary potential at will, and Goku is using a god technique, a godly martial arts technique, in order to improve as a martial artist. So when you think about it that way, narratively, it makes the most sense to me that Gohan is in fact a lot stronger than Goku, but Goku can use Ultra Instinct to catch up. So that's essentially what I think they're going to be doing here. I think they're going to be doing the whole thing where martial arts prevails over evolutionary talent yet again. I did think it was pretty interesting that Gohan was so willing to fight Goku. I think that that's very, very, very interesting because, again, it's not really common for Gohan to want to fight within the context of just having a friendly sparring match. It's not very common. Most of the time, especially in Dragon Ball Super, it was always due to the fact that he had some sort of looming threat that he needed to prepare for. That's when he got motivated, was whenever there was something on the line. And now he's just having a friendly sparring match with Goku, completely willing to test his power, right? And I love that. I love that because it's not necessarily Gohan like becoming a battle addict like Goku. It's more so him just being willing to spar and test out his power. I love that Gohan and Piccolo have been training afterwards and that Piccolo has essentially taught Gohan to tap into his beast at will. I love that. But in terms of what Gohan can learn from Goku, Gohan is doing something very similar to Goku in the sense that when he's in Gohan Beast, he's using his battle instincts to essentially fight. He's using his inner battle instincts in order to perform the way he does. So essentially, Gohan is a natural when it comes to combat. Due to the fact that he has an entire thousands and thousands long year lineage of a warrior race, that is built into his DNA. So he's essentially in his beast form tapping into that part of his DNA, which is why despite the fact he's never been trained, in the same sense as Goku as a martial artist in terms of like martial arts concepts, he's only ever been trained by Piccolo, who taught him his version of those concepts. Despite that, Gohan has always been able to naturally perform very well in combat due to that aspect of his instincts, his combat instincts. But Goku is currently learning to improve how those instincts function whenever he uses his version of Ultra Instinct. And that is what I think the key to this fight is. I think Gohan is a natural. And I think he's a natural in the sense that the way he performs and fights in combat is ridiculously efficient, again, due to his DNA and his lineage, but also his power level is also ridiculous. But in terms of improving how your fighting style functions in combat, which is what Goku and Vegeta and Broly are all currently focusing on, especially after Dragon Ball Super Superhero, the events line up in a way where we're going to see the fruits of that labor from Goku as well as the fruits of that labor from Gohan at the same time. So Gohan has just learned to tap into his battle instincts at will, at their peak, but Gohan has not trained his battle instincts to be more efficient in combat than it is currently. So despite the fact that Gohan is so powerful, that does not mean he doesn't need that next step. That doesn't mean that he doesn't need to train how his instincts function when he's in combat. He can still improve his fighting style, how effective and efficient his fighting style is. And that's what Goku has been doing. So in that sense, these two meeting each other can serve to improve both characters, not just in power level, but conceptually how they implement their battle instincts. Because Gohan is implementing his battle instincts to use Beast, and Goku is implementing them to use his version of Ultra Instinct. Goku has been training to use his version of Ultra Instinct better, and Gohan has been training to essentially keep that going, to essentially maintain his battle instincts for long periods of time. So not only can Goku remind Gohan who the main character is and catch up to him using Ultra Instinct, which is an adaptive and reactive technique, he can also benefit from this fight with Gohan and vice versa. Now, there is speculation that all of this will lead to Broly being able to tap into his power at will. Well, given how similar the themes are between Bardock, Goku, Vegeta, and Gohan and Piccolo in terms of what they use to control themselves and activate their powers at will, everybody has something to offer Broly at this point. I think that Broly simply seeing Gohan do this is a benefit for him. But do I think that Gohan is actually going to show Broly how to do it? No, I don't. I don't think that he's actually going to show him how to do it. I think that he's just going to see Gohan use his powers at will, and that is going to benefit him in that way, which makes perfect sense. Then Goku and Vegeta can come in, and they can essentially teach Broly how to do that at will in their own way, and then teach him how to use his abilities effectively. So I do think that this will serve Broly in terms of his training and his progress, but I do not think that Gohan teaching Broly how to use his power is the angle that they're going for. I don't think that's what's happening here at all. I think Vegeta and Goku are still going to be the ones to really teach Broly how to do everything. This is just sort of an example of what Broly could do if he tapped into his latent power at will. And also, simultaneously, an example of the necessity of learning to improve how your battle instincts function in battle, which is what Goku has been doing at this time. So, Goku and Vegeta have already been helping Broly, but Broly seeing this battle between Gohan, Beast, and Goku can actually serve to teach him two things at once simultaneously, and then Goku and Vegeta can continue to work on that with Broly afterwards. So, the way that they're setting this up is very well done. Really excited for this chapter. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.